There's an old wives' tale that dogs will always spin around and face north when they poop. Now, the wisdom here says that this is their ancient DNA kicking in, telling them to check the local surroundings for predators. But what if there's actually something bigger going on? What if they're not just summoning their own personal poop demons, they're actually aligning themselves to the very planet itself? To find out what's going on, I followed my dog Freddie here around with a compass for a week and noted down which way he was looking when he took a poo. I don't want to sound like a BuzzFeed article, but the results will surprise you. So here's the SkoolDoggery look at why dogs seem to face north when they poop. Good boy, let's go. Good boy. To test this idea out properly, I would need more than one dog. One is never an acceptable sample size, unless you're producing a shampoo commercial. But this channel is all about real training for real people in real life. And in real life, I have one dog, so that's what I'm going with. I'm also including data from a 2013 research paper by Hart et al., which looked into exactly this: the sensitivity of dogs to small variations in the Earth's magnetic field. It's a fascinating read, and I've linked it down below for you. They also took into account the directions that dogs peed, but for us, we're just going to concentrate on the poop. There's a phrase I never wanted to say. The method that I used is nice and simple, and I want you to be able to do it too so that you can help take part in some citizen science. See if you can replicate this with your dog, and let us know which way they like to face when they poop down in the comments. I will note here that south also means north. It's more about the alignment to the magnetic field than it is the actual compass direction, but we're going to keep it simple for this video. Now, while nothing is better for measuring the direction than an actual compass, we've all got reasonably good ones on our smartwatches these days, so this is what we've been using. Compass direction doesn't always properly align with the Earth's magnetic field due to reasons that are far too complicated for a dog channel right now, but for our mini little study here, this is going to be close enough. My idea was simple. Every time Freddie pooped, I would film him and film the compass showing which direction he was facing as he did it. But then I realised that our hedge runs north to south. So if he poops with his body in line with the hedge while he's facing the house, for me, this counts enough that he's facing north. In the Hart study, they too allowed some tolerance of a few degrees, so I don't feel too bad giving Freddie a little bit of leeway here. In a similar fashion, a regular pooping place on our morning walk also runs north to south, so this gave me two regular spots that I could measure him without faffing around trying to get to my watch. So if you can work out which way your garden is going, or if there's a landmark near a local pooing spot that your dog likes, this can really help you to work out which way they're facing. So as we can start to see from our tiny little data set, we can see that Freddie does have a bit of a preference when he's in familiar places to kind of line himself up with the north as he poops. The Hart study compared their data against variations in the Earth's magnetic field. They noticed that dogs deviated from this when there were disturbances in the field, and I will say that the one time that Freddie pooped east to west in our garden, we had the aurora show up in the sky later that night. While that could have been a coincidence, it does seem to track that they can somehow pick up on the direction of the field, they use it to align themselves, and that they struggle when the field is disturbed. But is there actually any benefit for them using the magnetic field in the first place? We certainly see it in other animals for all kinds of behaviour. Foxes have been theorised to use the field to hunt across large distances. Pigeons have been shown to be thrown off by magnetic storms. They use the field to navigate and find their way home. Whales often get stranded in the Thames in London, and researchers found that this was almost always tied to increased sunspot activity. So when our dog spins around before they poop, it's entirely possible that they're simply calibrating and resetting their internal GPS system. Sunspots could throw them off, which some days will explain why they'll come in happily from the garden, and then on other days, they act like the apocalypse is about to happen. In. Dogs do take a lot of cues from us, so we can't really tell the impact that we're having on their toilet behaviour. I mean, let's think about this last week from Freddie's perspective. He will have noticed that for some reason I'm taking a lot more interest in his poops. He'll have picked up on my reactions depending on which way he faced. So he might start to think that I actually prefer him facing north, and then he'll try and amend his behaviour just to make me happy. Which he doesn't need to, because him just existing makes me happy. Of course, we do have him on an excellent toilet routine which we taught him as a puppy, and have followed this through into his adult life, which has helped him to be a confident pooper. I know that sounds silly, but trust me, it is a thing. If you want to see what I'm talking about, then go and check out our guide to toilet training a dog over on our channel. So for our sample set of one dog over 1 week when there was a solar storm, it seems that Freddie does indeed prefer to align himself north to south for his daily ablutions. The Hart study backs this up, where they came to the same conclusions. Dogs do indeed need a compass to crap. They do add the caveat that more study is needed, but their work shows that it is definitely something that is worth investigating, and that's why I'm encouraging you to get involved as well and let us know which way your dog poops down in the comments. It certainly seems to be a lot less about checking for predators and a lot more about internal calibration. So much of their behaviour is left over from their ancestors who would roam freely. For them, having a way of orientating themselves several times a day would have been invaluable for not only tracking prey, but also finding their way home. Today's pooches don't have those worries. They have got us trained to be their perfect little butlers. We follow them around with pooper scoopers and pick up their poop, and then we make them lovely fresh food several times a day. But that ancient wolf runs deep in these guys. So when you see your dog spinning around and around like they're trying to summon their own personal poop demon, they're actually aligning themselves with the planet. That's a big action for a little floof. If you decide to follow your dog around with a compass for a week, then please let us know how you get on in the comments down below. Check out our channel for more of our training and dogutainment videos. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Look after yourself, and more importantly, clean up after your dog.